Hello, everybody. Is there any advice that you feel you should have used but probably didn't use? Well, I want to talk to you about one particular advice that I received very early in life. I did not follow for most part of my early life, and by the time I did start following it, I felt it was probably a bit late. I'm referring to financial planning for your own security as you grow older, as you go closer to retirement. How well can you plan your financial security? And that's something you should really step back and think about for some time. Now, what's the second most important thing in life? Well, it's money. Now, that's something that we usually don't talk much about. Uh, I think in many, societies, it's also not looked upon. It's in fact looked down. If you talk too much about money. Show me one person who can live without money. Money is a very important element of our life. It's what funds our food, our rents and the like. So it's very important that you plan very well for this future. Now, the irony of life is when you get good advice, you're too naive to recognize it, and by the time you're smart enough to recognize the good advice, it's probably too late to use it. And that's a fact. I think most people would have experienced this. Now, why do people fail in planning for their financial security? Many people don't even have a clear or measurable plan as to where they want to be. They really don't have a plan. They really haven't thought about it. Most people feel that they don't have the required plans, and that's, I think, one of the greatest issues. People feel overawed by the whole process of planning finances. People get confused with all the fancy terminology that is used, and hopefully a small example that I will give you will kind of make you feel that is something that you can really control in your life. And hopefully it's something I really would like to see you use this advice as early as possible in your life. Now, why is planning so important? First thing is, we are living longer than the previous generations due to much better medical conditions, medical facilities, awareness of issues. We are living much longer. Moreover, I think planning is very important because there are so many uncertainties in life. I think the recent pandemic has shown that things can go wrong very quickly. Moreover, I think social norms are changing for a lot of us, who probably found support in families, close friends, and neighbors. I think that's changing, and it's very important that you are financially secure on your own. One simple principle: if you don't start in time, and time is a very, very important, parameter in this whole thing, you may never get to your destination. Now, to illustrate what I'm talking about, I'm going to give you an example of two brothers. One is John. He starts working at 23. He's a very disciplined guy. He's focused on his life. He's focused on his work. He's very focused on his finances. He invests 10,000 rupees each month. Where as soon as he starts working, now you could think about it as rupees, you could think about it as dollars, you could think about pesos, you could think about it in any currency. He invests each month for 8 years of his life. So until he gets to 31, he invests 10,000 every month. Now, at the end of 8 years, he puts away his investment process, stops, and he says, you know what, I'm done with it, and he moves on. So over a period of 8 years, he has invested 10,000 for 12 months into 8 years. So that's 960,000 or 9,60,000, depending on how you count. Now, his brother Jim also starts working at 23. He loves life. He is enjoying. He's out at the pub. He's out at the disco. He's having a great time. And he doesn't invest a single pie until he reaches the age of 31. So over a period of 30 years, he invests 3.6 million or 36 lakhs of rupees. So we have, on one side, we have one brother who invests for 8 years of his life and then he stops. And on the other side, we have another brother who invests for 30 years of his life. When both of them reach the age of 60, who would be better off? When they retire, who would be better off financially? Now, of course, we have to make some assumption just to make sure that all other things are equal. So we assume that both of them have the same rate of return on their investment. We assume that their investments are compounding at the same annual rate. So let's assume a rate of 12% or 15%, which, by the way, is a reasonable rate to assume. So John, who is the brother who invests for 8 years and then he stops. So he invests very early in his life. He invests 9,60,000 or 960,000. When he retires, he has a corpus of 4.9 crores or 49 million in his corpus. On the other side, Jim, who invests for 30 years of his life, who invests 36 lakhs or 3.6 million, he retires with only 3.2 crores or 32 million rupees. Now, who would you want to be? Would you want to be John or would you want to be Jim? So if I had to plot this on a graph, this is how the growth of their investments will reflect on a graph. So if you look at John, who invests for 8 years, his investments compound very early and he takes a very sharp trajectory up north. Whereas Jim, who spent 30 years of his life investing, ends up at much lower value of his corpus. So you think about John. John ends up with a wealth of which is 50% higher than Jim just by investing for the first 8 years of his life. So a few principles. It's very important to start very early in life. As soon as your income starts, and that income could be a very small income, make sure that you are setting aside a reasonable amount for investment. Start investing, and I want to emphasize on the word investing, not saving money, but investing your money as early as possible. Maximize your investment, stretch it out. Now, in this example, you saw that John invests for 8 years, but that doesn't mean you should stop at 8 years. You could go on for your entire, working life. It has a huge positive impact. The power of compounding is so amazing. It's like a miracle. Be disciplined, invest periodically. It's very important that you invest your money at every period, every month. Make sure you are investing money. Whatever money is coming in, you are reinvesting it. And you don't need to stop at the age of 30. You can continue investing until you retire. So a few things that you need to keep in mind. Now, if you follow this key principle, start early, invest as much as possible in your early years. Do not touch your investments and let them continue to grow over a period of years. You will have a fantastic retirement. This is one advice I received, and unfortunately I did not use it for the early part of my life. So I would want you to consider this and probably use this as much as possible. This is the key to financial success. I hope you enjoyed my video. Do share it with your friends or anybody else that you believe would need this advice.